Hello Gregory School family, welcome to another beautiful day. Today's Wednesday, April 1st. Reaching out to you guys today to talk about something we might all be feeling right now during this uncomfortable time, and that is stress. Stress. Feeling a little stressed? I'm feeling a little stressed. I've been stuck inside this house for the last 2 weeks. I'm feeling a little stressed. But today we're gonna battle some ways through about how we can fix it, how we can tackle it, and how we can go about our day feeling a little bit better. But first, let's get a definition of what stress is so that we all got a better understanding. We might be sitting there saying, I'm not stressed, Mr. Grill. What are you talking about? I'm not stressed at all. So listen here. If I Google search stress right now, stress is what you feel when you are worried or uncomfortable about something. You may feel angry, frustrated, scared, or afraid, which can give you a stomach ache or a headache. When you're stressed, you may not feel like sleeping or eating, and you might sleep or eat too much. So what that means to me is that stress really can impact us all in very different ways. We have to be able to know how we act and how we feel on a daily basis. And that's a baseline, that's a standard. That's how we feel when we are happy, when we feel loved, when we feel respected, and those kind of things. That happy feeling that we had, okay? If we feel anything other than that happy feeling, we have to go back and figure out what the trigger is that made us feel that way. And one of those feelings could be a sense of uneasiness right here. It could be a headache. It could be that we're a little bit moody and that we snap. Maybe somebody's been arguing a little bit with their mom or their dad, or maybe you've been yelling at your little brother or your older sister. Those are all signs and symptoms of what we call stress. Okay? So you got to talk about that. We got to figure out what it is and why we feel that way and what's making us uncomfortable. All right? So one of the first things we want to do when we battle stress, when we want to feel better about stress, is realize that we got to let it out. We got to let the stress out. It might be okay. You might be like, oh, okay, look, I'm a little uneasy. I don't feel so good in my chest. I feel a little tight, but hey, it's okay. But let me give you an example here. If I take a can of soda, this is seltzer water, but it's soda, same thing. And let's represent me shaking it up. Me shaking it up is going to represent what stress is, okay? And if I shake it and shake it and shake it and I get more stressed, so I'm sitting here and I'm not letting my stress out and I'm not finding an outlet for my stress, I'm building it in there and I'm building it in there and I'm putting more and more stress in this can, what's gonna happen when I open this thing? It's gonna blow up. Good thing I got a sink there. It's gonna blow up and I'm not gonna be able to drink that bottle, but that stress that I'm building up inside myself, I'm not gonna be able to control. At some point, it's gotta get out. It's gotta blow up and go somewhere. But if I'm a little stressed and I start to realize, okay, I'm just a little stressed, but I gotta find myself an outlet. I gotta find a way to get this stress out. And before it gets too big, okay, we shook it a little bit. It's still able to go. It's not gonna blow up all over the place. I can work through that stress. So the rest of this video, I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips and tricks about how to let that stress out, how to get that stress off of yourself. One of the key things, one of the main things, the first one, the easiest one, is to talk about your stress. Talk about it. Try to figure out what might be making you feel stressed. Find yourself a friend or a trusted adult or a family member that you feel comfortable talking about your stress with. Talking about why it is that you feel the way you do. And if you don't know why it is the way you feel the way you do, just talk about how you feel. Sit down with your mom. Talk about, hey mom, I got a headache today because I don't know, I just got a headache, you know? Or I don't really feel like eating today because I feel this funny feeling in my stomach. I don't feel like eating. And let that person help you. Let that person talk to you about what it is, so that you can get those things out and you guys can work together to identify what that issue is and how you can best tackle that issue going forward so you can feel less stressed. All right? And next way to do it, if you don't want to talk, say some of us don't really want to talk to somebody, or maybe somebody's not around at the moment. You know what you do? Grab a pen and paper, write it down. Grab a pen and paper, write it down. Write down your ideas, write down your feelings, write how you feel, write what's going on in your life. You'll be able to look back at that writing and you'll be able to really feel the connection between yourself, just internally, about what it is that's bothering you and how you might be able to best address that. Okay? Second thing we try to do, work it out. So we try to talk it out, maybe that doesn't work. We try to write it out, that doesn't work. We want to work it out. We want to get it out of our body. Go for a walk, go for a run, play with your friends, jump rope, move around, do some push-ups. I don't know, boys, you guys into that yet? Fifth graders, sixth graders, you know, get some push-ups in there, right? Get some physical activity. Go outside, ride your bike, go run up and down the stairs, go play around. I know we're all stuck in the house right now, but you can still go outside. All right, you can still go outside in your backyard or on the street in front of you, not in the street, on the street in front of you. Go for a little play some soccer with your brother or your sister, something like that. Get some physical movement. That physical movement is gonna make your body feel a little bit better because it's gonna start releasing some of the stress and tension that you guys have built up, okay? So get outside and move around. Do a physical activity. Another way that moving is gonna help us, but we can also do this without moving, is breathing. Controlling your breathing. So if you start to feel very worked up or you start to feel very tight and stressed out, you can work on doing deep breathing exercises. Breathe in for 7 seconds, breathe out for 7 seconds. Real simple. We'll try one. Try that a couple times. It'll help you really center yourself and think about what it is that might be stressing you and how you can work through those things. It'll also give you some opening up of your chest, letting air out and bringing air back in. All right, so breathing is also a great one. So we got 3 things right now. Talk it out or write it out, work it out or play it out, breathe it out. Those 3 things, those are the 3 things I want you to try going forward. The next time you feel a little stressed, either talk it out, work it out, or breathe it out. Check my notes here for a little bit more. All right, so tomorrow we're gonna meet online, we're gonna meet digitally. If you find this video on our webpage, right below it, you'll see a schedule of meetings that we have set up. Tomorrow's gonna be Thursday. We set up 2 meetings for myself and Miss Lasanti with you guys. If you guys wanna talk to us about what's going on with you, what's going on with stress as a reaction to this video. But I want you to do 2 things, so you have a homework assignment, all right? I want you to think of a time that you felt stressed or different. Time that your body and your mind didn't feel right. It didn't feel the way it should be feeling. Think about that time. Either write it down or draw a picture about it so that you can remember what it was. Think about how it started and how it ended. Maybe you can't figure out how it started, but you could definitely figure out when you started feeling better. What was it that helped you feel better? Was it your mom and your dad talking to you? Was it just over time you naturally started to feel better? Or what was it that was done that helped you feel better? What we want to try to do is identify the thing that makes us stressed and makes us feel uncomfortable, and then put in things in place that would alleviate that stress and get that stress to go away. All right? So like I said, if you can't write it down, you could draw it out. That's fine. Have the picture. I'll find a way that you guys are able to share that with me and Miss Lasanti. But for the first part, we'll definitely meet on Thursday to discuss times that you may have felt stressed, how it started, and how it ended for you. All right? Guys, thanks for joining me and watching this video. We'll definitely chat tomorrow and look forward to some future content next week.